My name is Aakrit. I am the co-founder and CEO of Haptik. As a CEO, I am responsible for overall business operations, strategy, and getting the business going in the direction that we want to. I have personally, been a big fan of how mobile and apps and things that we do on mobile will change the world for the better and will make all our lives easier. I started out in the mobile app space in 2009 end actually, when the App Store was still only 1 year old, and I was always fascinated by what things we could do. As part of the number of years that I spent both in San Francisco and India working in different companies, I developed a broad thesis that messaging is going to be the way forward for most things we do on mobile, right? Whether it is communicate with our friends, whether it is trying to get things done, or anything, right? Like messaging is going to be the centerpiece of how we do things on mobile. So I always had that sort of broader vision or broader thesis around this is how the world will look like, and as part of that, as part of just brainstorming with friends, speaking at different events, talking to a lot of people, found that this particular area that Haptik is tackling is one that fits a lot of different criteria and solves a lot of problems around this broader messaging piece. So loved the problem space, and that's why I wanted to go build it and chase it. And then I always knew at some point I'll be doing my own venture in some shape or form. So this problem made sense to go and chase. Haptik is actually truly changing the world, because we are the first company in our category to ever do this. So actually technically there was one other company before us who tried to do it in some shape or form, but that was way too early. So when we launched in 2013 towards the end, we were pretty much the first in the category of trying to provide a service over messaging, right? Which is the assistant service that we do. Our vision or our goal is that whatever people do in this world, they will try and get done over messaging, which means they'll want to have an assistant over messaging. So think about it. Everyone, any point, anywhere in the world, loves having an assistant and loves having someone else do things for them, right? Over messaging and over mobile, Haptik is really the first company ever to tackle this space. Now, of course, there are so many. So we're the first company, and we have this internal quote that we keep talking about, which is that it's 1913 and we're building cars. So that means that 1913 was the year when Ford set up its first automatic car manufacturing plant in Michigan. And 100 years later, we see how cars have changed the world. I mean, you cannot imagine in the world without cars or bikes or automobiles. So we think about it the same way. We are at the stage where we are creating an industry. We are at the stage where our base or our plant has just been set up, and now we are ready to explore and transform how people get things done. The dream is to basically become everyone's personal assistant. So we want to be every single person's, when they want to get things done, anything, right? They come to Haptik and get it done through that. So it's a very large vision, a large dream, but every single person in the world, when every single day they wake up, they should go to Haptik, and whatever they need to get done, a Haptik assistant solves it for them. Because we already talked about the vision and the dream, so if that is not convincing enough for you, if the dream and how we are going about it and the space that we're chasing here, sitting in India, going after a global consumer space, if that itself is not good enough, then we have always believed, and personally I have always believed, that if you're trying to build an A+ company, you need A+ players to do it, right? A good analogy for me is, I'm going to digress a little here, but a good analogy for me is that compare a football or a soccer team to a cricket team. A cricket team, if you have 2 or 3 really star Sachin Tendulkars, right, the team will win, the team will do well. In a football team, even your right back, who is probably considered one of the least important positions, needs to be an A+ player for the entire team to do well, right? So that's exactly how we think about building our companies. Every single person is handpicked I think among the team of 21, 22 people that we have right now, we've got 10 or 11 ex-entrepreneurs, right? Every single person is doing it over here and is over here for a larger vision than money. No one really cares about money over here. People are here because this problem is so exciting, and if we achieve it, we will go down in history. The fact that we are the number one in this space, the fact that Haptik is number one in this category, and this category is now really getting a lot of attention. The fact that we've been able to get together a team that shares the same vision, that shares the same passion, that is here every single day chasing a larger cause. It's just super exciting what Haptik could become. I mean, we are literally the place where Uber was 1 year old, right? And now think about where Uber is. That's the same dream we have. That's the same thing that we think about. Oh God, in 3 years, we're going to be as big or even bigger than Uber when it comes to as a company. And we'll be solving problems that are bigger than all of us had ever imagined, that are bigger than all of us ever thought about when I was growing up as kids that we'll be tackling. So just that is what keeps us going every day. What makes me super, we have to take this one again. What makes me super is I believe that my job as the leader of the company is not to be easy on people, but to make people better. Right? Every single day I strive to encourage people to think and do things that they never imagined they could. I challenge them to think beyond what they believe they can do, right? And A+ players, if you challenge them with that and if they do it, then you have a winner on your hands. So I think that is what makes me super as the CEO of this company. Come join Haptik and stay super.